Thanks for making it to the Q&A. Yeah, it's kind of super open space to ask anything that you might feel still curious about, or questions especially about the practice and how to do the technique. This is kind of the main focus. And more philosophical about other techniques, this kind of things is more secondary, but I'm happy to talk about it. But the priority is to help you understand how to practice properly. Um, and out, hello, Vaishnavi, hello. Oh, looks like you're in a boat.
I'm in a wagon
A wagon. Great.
off grid.
Off grid. There's one question from in the WhatsApp from someone who's actually on a boat. Probably saw it. I will read it. I said that I would answer that one first, so it's on the recording, and then we'll get to your guys. Okay. Hi, it's me, Roger. Um, I live on a sailboat, and the internet is too unstable and goes down frequently. Wow. I have a question you might be able to answer in the Zoom meeting. Question. Earlier during the years, I've practiced different types of meditations with breathing techniques. Now in these sessions, I'm following your instructions to breathe in a calm way, and you earlier briefly described about diaphragmatic breathing. To reach a good reset and make oxygen reach my brain, I, in some moments of a minute, use deep diaphragmatic breathing and let it go up to chest breathing and let the sensation wander up as high as possible to get a feeling to activate the third eye as a sensation, because this deep breathing for me creates good sensations in a very calm way. Please tell me what kind of breath methods you recommend us to use during this 10-day course, and maybe I'm too early to ask. It will be explained as part of the course. Thank you, Roger. So we are not working with any breathing techniques during the Vipassana technique. Um, to control the breath in any way, start to go into more samatha type practice, into more concentration type practice. So we're not in any way trying to alter the breath. We're not trying to make it faster or slower. We're just observing it as it is, however it is naturally. The reason I mentioned diaphragmatic breathing in the very beginning of the course is it helps to bring attention there, because the diaphragm actually does move when we breathe, especially as we go deeper in the meditation, and to bring the attention there, and the rising and falling in the belly is actually to bring attention to the diaphragm, which is moving and pushing on the organs. That's this sensation of expansion and contraction we feel in the belly, but it's not a technique. It's not something to do intentionally, to calm us, to change our state, to open the third eye or nothing. We're not doing any of that, because we are working with observing experience as it is. So when we're calm, we're calm. When we're anxious, we're anxious. When we're stressed, we're stressed. We need to observe and learn to observe ourselves in all different states. So whatever state you sit down with, this is your gift. This is the gift of what your homework, of what you need to observe today. And you will find, as you get better at observing whatever is present, you have greater and greater acceptance and equanimity with whatever that is. And this is the long-term happiness we are working with in Vipassana, is not the happiness that we get by changing to a more comfortable state or third eye state or whatever, but by cultivating equanimity with whatever is present right now. So that's why we don't change our breath. That's why we don't do any breathing techniques. Roger, hope that helps you. Hmm. In the very beginning of a meditation, if you feel you want to take a deep breath before you kind of settle in, you can see it as part of adjusting your posture. But then once you kind of have your stillness, then you don't do any other types of breathing. Okay, good. Now it's open for any of you to ask, remembering that the practice is the priority. You're also welcome to share a report, like a meditation report about how the meditations are going. Kind of ask if I have anything to add or if you're going in the right direction. That's also welcome.
Hi, I don't know if I really have a question, but I just want to say how much I appreciate this course and how much I'm getting from it already, how different I feel. And I think maybe my only curiosity is that sometimes like there's just so much going on that I'm just going step feelings visions, it's just kind of like non-stop labeling, and I guess that's just how it is, but I'm just checking, and then sometimes it isn't, there's more stillness, but
Yeah. And yeah, especially in the walking, this can be more. What's good then is sometimes to use a little bit more intentionality on taking 1, 2, 3 steps, like a little bit of concentration more. Okay, I'm just gonna take 1, 2 steps and then see again what's here. And rather than kind of like, oh, I'm about to start my step, or something else came, and then to not even kind of begin the step, but to take at least one conscious step to create a little bit of unification in the movement. And then again, label, but maybe maximum three things you notice. Sometimes it's also good to package them up more. Like if you notice, oh, I'm thinking about tomorrow and there's the image and I'm hearing my own voice and I'm also hearing something in the background rather than like hearing, seeing, imagining, planning, hearing, like try to get them all. Just package it up. Thinking, hearing, more slow, more chill, and then go back. Yeah.
thank you. And actually I've thought of something else now, unless anyone else wants to comment.
Go
um
ahead.
and I think there isn't an answer to this, but I'm very curious when you're speaking about there being a kind of kinesthetic somatic quality to thinking, and I don't feel like I can even get close to that yet, but I guess it's just something to stay open to, and maybe one day I will sense that. I don't know if you have any other kind of signposts with that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's more the kind of emotional thoughts and where we feel our thoughts. And guaranteed you are already experiencing it. Maybe you think it's very kind of subtle, but it's actually quite obvious. Like, so emotions, when you feel emotions, that's also part of this kinesthetic thinking. You feel something, you feel contraction in the heart, you feel love, you feel some warmth here, you feel a tightness in the throat, you feel a smile coming. So this is kind of part of that, the more obvious manifestations of
Oh,
that. Or you,
I'm glad I asked, because I think I misunderstood that there was like a general kinesthetic sense of thinking, but now I understand it's
there
more.
is also that.
Oh, okay.
So there is also more subtle, so not just very strong emotions, which you feel very obviously, but every thought you have, even when it's something like, oh look, there's a bird there, which is a very neutral thought, so the sensation is very subtle, compared to, oh my God, the love of my life is here. Um, so so you might investigate, do I feel a slight tensing, a slight contraction somewhere, maybe here, inside, around, somewhere in the body, or any other micro movement even. Um, like even now, if you think about the space above your head, or think about the sky, and now think about the ground, and think about what's behind you, and you might feel that as a subtle sensation, just to feel those directions. If you think about your work, anything to do with your work, you might feel that somewhere in the body. If you think about your love life or absence of love life, you might feel that as a felt quality. Maybe you can't pinpoint the location. You think about what it's like to go to sleep at night. That might be a different feeling of the body. So you can play a little bit with that. See what
Thanks so much. Really appreciate it.
Did you get something there, or was still need some more time to explore? Yeah.
No,
Okay.
that's really great. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks for the question. What else is there?
A question or an observation.
Yeah.
When I meditate, sometimes I let thoughts come to me, almost like bring them into a realm. And other
Mm,
times I push them away.
mm,
And is there a, because the point I'm trying to make is sometimes when I push things away, that it's harder to get it. It's almost like you're saying a package of thoughts comes. And sometimes just the first thought comes and it stays there. So part of it is I'm trying to, I mean, sometimes thoughts are just thoughts. And so it's like you said, some have more emotions and it like stays there and with me for a long period of time.
yeah.
So I'm just I'm trying different things to say, okay, because sometimes one works more like, okay, I'll bring that thought in and then the next thought comes in and then the next thought comes in. And
Yeah.
it's just like, okay, accepting it, being aware of it, be aware of it. And so I'm just trying different things. I just wondered your opinion about that.
Yeah. 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 Absolutely. Um, in general, we want to say that we have a more welcoming attitude or posture towards any experience that comes up. So we don't really want to push things away because they will actually be more sticky. And put the act of pushing it away itself creates some tension. And we're kind of working towards experiencing things with less and less tension, with more kind of openness, and allowing them to come, allowing them to be, allowing them to go. And and yeah, some thoughts are more loaded somehow, emotional charge. They feel more urgent, more important, more like you need to do something about them. Others are more like some like looks seems like the some birds like twerping in your head or something. It's not really so important. Um, and yeah, it's good to learn about these different types, like just to observe. So we're developing also discernment, like, oh, okay, I see, like this kind of thought comes and then this kind of reaction happens. Not we're not analyzing it, is we're more feeling it, more seeing it, and through the seeing, naturally you are learning, you are experiencing. This is the wisdom developing. Um, and we can just continue labeling in a light, open way, everything. There's no bad experience, there's no good experience, there's just experience, and we just our only job is just to continue to know it, to be aware of it, what's happening. And we don't need to, even the thinking is there. We don't need to make it go away. It's really part of the meditation just as much as sounds are part of the meditation. We're not trying to eliminate sounds from our meditation, and that would be quite difficult to do. And so we're also not trying to eliminate those thoughts from our meditation. We're just aware in the present moment what sound is happening, what thought is happening, and what feelings are happening. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the other comment too, in my practice, I'm trying to be more present. And saying it and doing it are two different things. I could tell somebody else, hey, I'm going to be more present today.
Yeah.
But really doing it is really the tricky part. But it's also helping me too. When I get more present, I'm like, oh, okay. I can feel the difference. So I
Yeah.
just want to make that comment.
Yeah. 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 That's the whole crux. It's very simple and straightforward, but in practice we always forget. We always get distracted by things. Yeah, thanks for that, Marcus. Sounds like you're on a good track. Okay. What else? Yes, Dima.
Oh, Raimar, what a gift you are for me, and this meditation really helps me a lot. And I have two things to share, even though I'm not so comfortable with being recorded, but it will be okay, I know.
Pause it. I can pause the recording for one question, no problem.
Yes?
Yeah, I can pause it and
Oh,
then
thank you
we'll
so
be
much.
started. Yeah. Go ahead, Marcus.
Along that, I would have expected you to say, instead of labeling it, like analyze it more. And maybe that's the mind that says, give me more information, versus you're just saying, oh, okay, I'm just gonna put it aside almost.
Yeah. Analyzing it, then another part of the mind is coming in and wants to know about, wants to know what it means, wants to know where it comes from, wants to know what to do with it. But then we don't go deeper. Either we go back to the surface or we go horizontal. Um, and it might be an interesting insight for sure. You might be able to do something from a psychoanalysis perspective from it, but then you stop practicing Vipassana. Vipassana is about continuing to go deeper into experience and just consciousness. Continue shining the light of consciousness into more and more the darker and darker corners of our experience.
Okay, thank you.
Great questions.
I don't have any questions, but one thing I noticed is that I feel neutral all the time.
Mm.
So it's something that I just noticed. There's no feelings there.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't mean that I'm a person without feelings. Because I used to be extremely caring. And I think since I have this health condition, that I also learned that sometimes your personality can have an impact. People who care too much about others can actually come, and have an effect on chronic fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of try to uh, care more about myself than the others. And I think I'm getting too neutral to the point that it's very pleasant. So it's not something that I'm not concerned or I'm not thinking that is wrong. It's just something that I'm noticing. There's no feelings. It's just neutral. And it gives a lot of peace. So it's not wrong, but it's just something that I noticed that I wouldn't expect from me in the
Mm-hmm.
past.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I only go from neutral thinking and sensations in the body.
Mm-hmm. 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 Okay.
It's just
Um,
a sharing.
yeah. I have a question. Is this something that you only noticed during this course, or already do you feel it was happening before, like with your health condition?
Yes, probably because I've been trying to get myself very calm because this health condition, they say that is like my nervous system is hypersensitive,
Mm-hmm.
meaning anything, any stress, even without stressing, even like maybe just reading or cognition effort can ring the alarms,
Mm-hmm.
and I get very tired.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to take life as calm as possible. So I think I'm coming actually to this course at the right moment
Mm.
because I managed to calm down my mind.
Yeah.
And probably now I'm having this experience of neutrality because, in the past few months, I've been like working a lot on it.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
if that's the goal, I don't know, just
Yeah.
wondering.
The goal of samatha meditation, of calming meditation, what we did a little bit more in the first days, where it's more about focusing, is definitely samatha means calm abiding. So it's about calmly being and unifying the mind. Um, in Vipassana meditation is much more about bringing sensory clarity or experiential clarity to our experience, and that can be in calm states, in scattered states, in all states. We want to bring sensory clarity. Actually, for Vipassana, it doesn't matter what state there is, like the first question. Um, We're just bringing clarity to it through the help of the noting. Yeah, if you feel that's how you are now, that's how you are now. And it's definitely supportive for Vipassana because we feel less overwhelmed usually when we're more
Yes.
neutral. And yeah, I would just say to keep bringing clarity to your experience. And you might notice if there's just a little more, maybe more subtle feeling of pleasure or pain in different experiences. If you have a thought, maybe that thought has just a little bit of positive feeling to it, or maybe just a little bit of negative, not very strong, it's not painful, it's not big, but maybe has a little bit of, oh, that's nice, or just a little bit not so nice, like maybe just very, you might just notice that tint of the experiences to keep developing that clarity and discernment.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't know too much about your specific health condition stuff, so I'm not
No,
sure.
that's actually quite good to probably try to find some emotion somewhere, coming with a thought maybe. But it's interesting because before I used to have nightmares all the time, and now I don't have. I just have like very boring dreams, which is fine. I'm okay about that. But I noticed the difference of how agitated my dreams were, and now it's just very neutral dreams as well. Oh, I'm just making that bridge between my meditation and my dreams. Everything is just neutral.
Great, great. Enjoy.
Thank you. Thank
Enjoy while
you.
it's like this. Maybe
Thank
it
you.
won't be like this forever. But yeah, it sounds like you did some work with that and you moved in the direction that you wanted to with calming and with being less kind of out of your center and caring for everyone around you except yourself and prioritizing more yourself and creating your own kind of bubble of
Yes.
well-being and yeah, so that's your process right now.
Thank you.
If you feel ever it gets like, well, now for some years I feel like I don't care about anyone anymore, then sometimes it's good to practice more loving kindness meditation. May other beings be happy, may they be well. There's also the kind of long-term project more to use these powers we develop, to use the calm, the concentration to create more harmony in this world. But of course, first we need to, as you're doing now, first we need to establish our own center, our own peace, our own clarity before we can. Otherwise, we create more mess usually for ourselves. Yeah,
Thank
great,
you.
great work. Okay, what else is there? Anything from you, Kate or Karen? Maybe just listening.
Yeah, I have two questions, a bit more technical.
Yeah.
I'm having some back problems, which makes it sometimes a bit difficult to do the standing meditation. It will get better during the week, I think, but this morning, for example, it was really hard, and then I don't know if I can do it in the evening. And so my question is then, do I do like an hour sitting meditation, which I regret because for me the walking meditation is really a completely different feeling than the sitting, and I have the feeling that both doing them together is important. But if it's not possible, what is the best solution?
Yeah. Do you have it in your lower back or
Yeah, yeah.
it's from a health condition or it's just coming from the meditation?
It's a combination. It's something I regularly have, but I know that standing still and walking slowly is not so good for it. It's better to walk fast, go cycling, do exercises. So I did that a lot. I went for a long walk today to compensate for the standing and slow walking. That's why I say I think in a few days it will
Mm.
get better. But
After how many minutes usually it starts, the pain?
oh, once it's there, it's almost immediately. Like
When you start the
now,
meditation.
what?
Almost when you start the meditation, or
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Hmm. Okay.
And
Okay.
because in the beginning, I start and thinking, okay, I notice the pain, I label it, but it's so heavy that after a while, I can only label pain, pain,
Mm.
pain, pain,
Mhm.
and it's a bit, yeah,
Yeah,
difficult.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So in that case, I think it's better for you to just practice in sitting. Um, if you feel you have capacity again, a little bit, then you can play also with shorter periods. Like you could do like 10 minutes walking, 20 minutes
Yeah,
sitting, 10 minutes walking, 20 minutes sitting, or
yeah.
something, or even like 5 minutes if you feel you have that capacity. But I think for now, since it's just because basically we want to observe these things, and it's great you having this approach also. Okay, let me like check out this pain, label it, see what comes up, see the reactions, see the thoughts that come in. But if it's so persistently there and you just feel like, take a step, pain, 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 take a step, pain, 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 then we are too much in it. Then it's like it takes us already from the beginning. So we want to have more space um, to be able to observe it a little bit. So we don't want to be with the head underneath the water and drowning. We want to ideally have also some moments of head above the water, okay, and then maybe we're in it, the water being kind of the sensation that's overwhelming or thought or emotion or whatever. Um, yeah. So maybe just for now sitting. There are two different ways you can also work with the pain. The first thing is, which we're doing more with the noting, is like check out the pain a bit, then switch to something more neutral also. Make sure to also notice other neutral things. For
Yeah.
example, breath, sounds, other sensations, and to switch to kind of resource, not to keep stuck in the pain. And the second thing is to also check out the periphery of the pain. Like there might be like a center of it, and there will be peripheral sensations around it. Maybe you feel where is more the edge, where you feel is like, okay, here's no more pain, here's the broader periphery, like a bull's eye almost, of concentric rings of
Mhm.
sensation. And to really just check it out and see where is it, where's the boundaries, is it moving, is it staying the same? These are all things you can investigate a little bit, label them a little bit. That that counts for every pain, but for everyone, if you have any pain in the body. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And the second question, well, it sounds now like my meditation went very wrong, but it's not like that. Most of the time, I really, well, I really found it very, very interesting and good. But it happens to me from time to time, not only now, but when I meditate in general, that I'm really struggling with something very difficult. And like it's even after 20 minutes trying to say, okay, it's a thought, let's go. I'm just caught in my thoughts and I'm just thinking, thinking, thinking. Then mostly it's because there is a specific problem. And then I really don't know, is it worth continuing? What I mostly do before this week is then I just stop, and say like, maybe this is not the moment to meditate, and maybe I will try again in 2 hours. Or would you say that it's a good exercise and important to just still continue
Do you
in some
feel
cases?
overwhelmed? Do you feel overwhelmed?
Yeah, it's really like, for example, now for the moment, it's a conflict with my ex-employer. So it's something that really just I keep somehow overthinking, overthinking. And then sometimes when you start meditating and you start, it's like it's an easy way to start this overthinking because you're not doing anything
Right.
else. You're not doing sports or you're not working. And so, and then
Yeah.
I sometimes feel, is this useful to try
Yeah.
to continue?
Yeah. Yeah. So sure. Yeah, great question. Yeah, any overwhelming experience, emotion, overthinking a problem, or an experience, or anxiety about the future, or a memory. In general, the rule is kind of, or the guideline more is like, if you feel continuously overwhelmed by it, then it's better to do something else. Go, yeah, go do some sports, go take a walk, go take a shower, whatever. If you feel okay, like it's uncomfortable and it's there, and even it's there for 1 hour, but I feel, at least in moments, I feel a little bit more detached or distant from it. I observe it, I collapse into it, 1 minute, 2 minutes, I observe it, okay, I collapse into it, I'm with my breath a little bit, I observe it. Then this space that you are creating around this experience is so valuable. This is the training, really. This is
Mm,
where you're creating the equanimity and the clarity about the experience, learning to observe it rather than, because in the without the meditation, mostly we are fully collapsed into it and we learn to observe it. So it's completely natural that when we sit to meditate, and in the things in our life, they will come up in our meditation, whether it's conflict, especially the relational stuff. No, that's always the most what we think and worry about, relationships. And they will come, the thoughts will come, the feelings will come, and we learn now, we use this little bit to be curious about this experience, because um now it's just this thing, but maybe in the future it will just be replaced by another thing.
yeah.
But this is the habit of collapsing into and thinking and obsessing that we are slowly disentangling or undoing. And every time you label it, every time you label the sensation or the image or the feeling of it or the hearing yourself or hearing your employer or something, you label it, you little bit disentangle this tight knot, this un crazy thing which is so knotted up and chaotic. You little bit learning to, okay, here's like some thinking. Okay, this is clear. For sure, a lot of knottedness still. Next time, okay, I see also this thing. And over time it kind of, okay, it ceases to be such a clump, and but it's still there maybe. But you can learn to observe and learn to be a bigger space. And what we're really cultivating here is to be a bigger space within which we're experiencing the things. Um, this is for everyone also. Like an analogy here, which my teacher uses, I really like it, is like, you have a teapot and you have like a very bitter tea in it. And if you just have a small teapot, this amount of bitter tea will make this water very, very bitter. It will be a very bitter tea. But if you use a bigger teapot, maybe even like a 10-liter pot or 100-liter pot, and you put the same amount of tea leaves, then it won't be as bitter. It won't taste bitter. Yes, it will still have a bitter taste, but maybe you expand your pot even to be 1,000 liters or 100,000 liters. There is no upper limit actually to how big the pot is. Maybe a whole ocean. You put the same amount of tea leaves in the whole ocean. The ocean will barely change taste. And this space we're creating through the equanimity and awareness, these are the two principles. Equanimity and awareness is what is creating the bigger pot, the more water.
Mm.
Um, yeah.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I see it. Indeed, I have to see whether it's really a complete overwhelming or if I find a little bit of space
Yeah.
and then yeah, it's worth continuing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great question. And super important. I think that answer would also be helpful for other people's things. Thank you, Kate. Great. Great questions.
I have
I
a
see.
question.
Yes, Kate.
So that was very interesting. And making, can you hear well?
Yes,
Can you hear?
I
Okay.
can hear you.
Um, Making a bigger space. I understand the teapot and making a lot, using a larger pot, but maybe I don't understand equanimity
Hmm.
in terms of this concept here, making a bigger space.
Yeah, yeah. How do you understand equanimity or right now?
That, nothing is more important than anything else in
Right.
terms of what is coming into my mind when I'm meditating. Everything can come in, allow it to go out. Don't say I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to think about that. It comes in. I allow it to pass through.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I think of it. Maybe I don't have that clear.
Uh-huh. And as you have, there must be times in your meditation where you feel you have more equanimity and where you have less equanimity, right?
Yeah.
Mhm. And what is that experience like where you have more equanimity compared to those where
Very
you have
calm.
less? More calm?
Very, very calm. Very calm.
Mm.
Yeah. But this morning I had a meditation, like Karen was saying. If
Mm.
there's too much going on, should I stop? And eventually I did. I did 45 minutes, and then I said, okay, I got to stop. I was having physical discomfort, and my brain was overactive. And then something you said a few minutes ago, it was uh,
No, it doesn't matter. Whatever.
doesn't matter, but
It'll come.
it can be okay if it's that
Yeah,
active.
yeah,
Sorry, Vipassana tends to be more active than Samatha.
yes. The yes and no. In the beginning, yes.
Yeah.
In the beginning, yes. Um, yeah, and so what does it feel like? So this analogy of the water is just one analogy and one way to conceptualize equanimity. Um, but it's just like an image, it's just an analogy. So I feel like you have the right understanding also of equanimity. Um, so I feel that yeah, in the way that you understand it is good. So don't let yourself be confused by the analogy of the pot of water. Equanimity, actually, the word equanimity comes from the Latin of in of balance. To be equal is to be balanced. So it means to have the inner balance, to for the mind to have the inner balanced uh, when experiences arising in our meditation. So even something unpleasant or pleasant is there. There's the balance in the mind is there. And of course, sometimes it's not there where we get all unbalanced. The teapot is very small and the water becomes so bitter and poisons the whole tea. Um, and sometimes we feel very balanced and we become big ocean and this tea, it's not so important. It's just a little thing, a drop in a drop in the ocean. Um, another image, if you like, is like yeah, if you drop water, if you drop some water in a very small container, the whole container will be with ripples. So everything will be affected by this drop of water. The bigger you make the container, the less noticeable those ripples are. Even the drop is the same size, and so that's also equanimity. It's the things are the same thing, the phenomena, the thought, the sensation are the same, but it affects less the whole body, the whole mind, the body mind. Yeah.
And we increase that space by how do we increase that space?
Practice over time as you're doing
By meditating. Yeah.
by meditating. Every time you, well, how Karen was sharing, every time she's there, sitting a little bit, she's stretching a little bit that capacity to be with, to sit with, to be aware of. And of course, we have relapses, and the pot isn't. It's not like we keep upgrading, right? We kind of sometimes go back, and but over time, the capacity increase. You will feel it over these 10 days, even 2 hours a day is significant. In the end of the 10 days, you can see, oh, I don't react so much.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kate. Beautiful question. Great. Wow. Really nice work, everyone. Feel like you are practicing well. Yeah, if there's still anything else that wants to be reflected, bounced off each other, maybe you heard something and you're like, oh yeah. Yeah, now's the last few minutes. Welcome to share it.
I just wanted to say that, like Karen, I also felt like walking slowly. It was quite of a challenge because I would get extremely tired. So I had to adapt a little bit, and instead of walking very slowly, I had to just increase my pace, and that helped a lot. So I didn't feel as tired, and it was, it's not that I have that much space here to walk super fast, but I also had to change the right go touch to right and left only, because as I was walking faster, I wouldn't have the time to say the whole phrase. So, but I don't think it had any, I don't think it has a bad impact on my meditation, but I had to adjust a little bit. So I hope that's okay. And once I'm fully recovered, I really want to do the very slow walking.
Yeah, I think that's okay. The only thing we don't want to do in walking is to turn it into a flow or a mantra or this continuous mindless thing of right, left, right, left, right, and we stop paying attention to the actual walking or to other experiences. We want to stay present. The label is there to help us be present of that very step. So just to make sure that's not happening. But yeah, you can really meditate like with fast walking, even when you're jogging, even when you're there's many different formats to meditate in. Otherwise it wouldn't be a meditation. But yeah, we try to keep the format more stable so that we can observe. Otherwise we keep changing. But it sounds like you're doing that.
It's still slow. It's still slow, but
Okay.
it's just not super slow. So yes, and I understand what you mean. Like to don't get too much into that mantra and disconnection of the meditation. And actually, the labels, they were quite distracting for me at the beginning. And one time I decided to drop them because it was getting too overwhelming. The right, left, and it calmed down. But then the next day I came back to the label, and it was fine. So probably just a period of adjustment.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
Did you label the irritation when it came, or the feeling?
Sorry, is that from me?
Yeah. When that feeling came of, I feel annoyed by these labels, did you label it?
I don't remember.
Label it next time.
I don't remember. Yes.
Maybe it was before we started labeling other things.
Yes, no, it was before, because at that time we were just labeling thinking.
Right. Okay.
So it was before.
Thank you.
I had a comment around the walking when I did the meditation, and I remember that if a thought came, I had to stop. Really brought that to my awareness, how much I was really thinking, because I was stopping a lot. Like I took a step and stop, take a step and stop, and so I thought that was really good. I didn't realize how much thinking I was doing until I had to stop.
Yes,
You know?
great. Keeps us honest. Stopping keeps us honest. So exactly what we just talking with Joanna, so we don't get into that right, left, right, left. I'm dreaming about something, right? But I continue my job saying right. No, cut it, stop. Yes, this keeps us honest and accountable to really being present. Otherwise, it doesn't help. Otherwise, it doesn't help. The meditation. Amazing. Great. Great work, everyone. Okay. Maybe let's close it there. Thank you so much for your dedication and devotion and practice, and mostly to yourself, your devotion to yourself, really, by putting in this time. And yeah, see you on Saturday for the next session. Until then, continue to work.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.